Hi guys, Drew here, back to another video doing another Gouldz review as usual, and in this game guys, the Gouldz win, but barely, against the Adirondack Thunder. They win the game 5-4. The goals for the Gouldz today, James Melindy. Haven't heard that name much this year, I don't think. It's because he scored his first goal of the season. Great to see Melindy getting a goal after he had a 2-game suspension. He did get a penalty in the game, big surprise. But good to see James Melindy getting a goal. It was a tap-in pretty much for Melindy, but still getting on the score sheet. I believe Melindy only scored 2 last year, so it might happen again this year. He had a pretty good game last night. I gotta say, Melindy was the hardest working player on the Growlers at least. Played really well last night, and maybe he could keep playing like this. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Melindy. And then Michael Joyot getting 2 straight goals, 14 seconds apart. He has 7 goals this season. I haven't heard his name in a while, it seems like, so it's good to see Joyot getting a few goals. And I remember he scored right off a face-off, and then the face-off got taken down center ice, and then he was by the blue line, took the slap shot as Joyo normally does. All those 7 goals pretty much have been looking the same. But good to see Joyo getting on the score sheet twice as well. Pavel Goldlove getting his 19th of the season. He is 1 goal away from 20 goals this season. He's only played 32 games, which is pretty good because Goldlove has been doing unbelievable. I'm not too surprised he's not up with the Marlies because he needs to work on his passing a little bit. He usually tries to outdangle one of the Adirondacks forwards or any other ECHL team's forwards or defensemen as well. It always seems to work off and it makes the crowd electric, but you still gotta pass it a little bit. But if Gogolev can work on that, I'm sure he could be in the NHL tomorrow, pretty much, for Gogolev because he's been doing unbelievable. And then the game-winning goal for the Rulez with about 4 minutes left goes to Todd Skirving. He gets his 22nd of the season. That is his career high in goals in the season. The most goals in a season by a Growlers forward was Brady Ferguson. He had 31 goals back in 2019-20, I believe. It might have been 2018-19. But if Skirving can get 32 goals, that's 10 more goals. He will have the most goals in a season by a Growlers forward. It is so cool how Skirving would once be a healthy scratch every game. He used to be like a bit of a Nathan Noel, I'll say. No offense to Nathan Noel, but he actually played last night. He played pretty well. I'll talk about him later. Skirving in the 2019-20 season he was okay. He wouldn't get much goals, much assists. But then last season, oh my goodness, he turned on the Jets. He got a bunch of goals, 21 goals, 20 assists, 41 points. And now in this season, he just hit 22. So congrats, Skirvy. He really deserves it. He's been having a great season. His celebration showed it too. Good to see Skirving getting his 22nd as well. With that Growlers win, the Growlers are 33-12, 1-0. They're first in their division, right ahead of Reading by about 10 points as well. So it's pretty clear that the Growlers are close to making the playoffs this year. If the regular season ended today, they'd play Warther. Adirondacks went up to 5th, and Trois-Rivières gone down to 6th. So I'm not too happy that the Growlers might not play Trois-Rivières in the playoffs if the Growlers make the playoffs. Or maybe Trois-Rivières will somehow bounce back and make it to the playoffs. But Worcester, Maine, Reading, and Growlers are pretty much the teams that probably will make it in. We'll have to wait and see what happened to those, though. Dryden McKay was in net. He had a great game. Although letting in those 4 goals, he played pretty outstanding. Luke Cavlin probably gets in the net tonight, but he'll probably do well as well. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Luke has been struggling a little bit lately, so maybe if he keeps struggling, they'll put McKay back in net. But if McKay gets in net tonight, might be getting a little tired. The next Growlers game after tonight's game will be March the 10th. So that is a month away at the time of making this video. So the Growlers are getting a long break. I'm sure all the season ticket holders are pretty happy. I just get a break off some Growlers hockey, but I'm sure gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the Growlers, but yeah, it'll be okay. They'll be on the road grinding. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see what happens. The gold for Adirondack goes to Broman. He gets he gets one for Adirondack. Sean Weller getting one as well. It was a pretty nice goal, I gotta admit. The Broman goal actually was a nice tip in. Believe it was on the power play. It's a pretty nice goal. Talking about a nice goal, Jeff Taylor, right at the blue line, taking the slap shot, just buried that in the right of the back of the net. He gets a goal for Adirondack. And Ryan De Silva, what a last name. I haven't seen a last name like that in the ECHL pretty much yet, at least. He gets one for Adirondack. So Adirondack does know how to score. I'm not sure why they are fifth in their division. They are a really well played team. I never got to go to Wednesday night's game just because. But I went to Friday night's game and yeah, they played pretty well. I gotta admit, Adirondack's a pretty good team. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens in tonight's game. As the Rowdies will be playing Adirondack. Last night's game, it was their regiment gold. It was their alternate jerseys they were wearing. They're also selling a Chon Tavares jersey. I don't know about that. Probably need some blue, blanc, et rouge in there, but well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think they're going to be putting some Habs colors, but I would love to win a Habs jersey. But tonight's game, I believe it's Teachers Appreciation Night, so you just appreciate your teachers for tonight. And yeah, that's going to be for the guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like this video, you can subscribe if you really liked it. You can follow me on TikTok, that is Drew Hockey Guy No 3. That's the same thing for the Instagram account. You can follow me on Twitter, that's @FeltonDrew. You can follow me on Facebook, that is Drew Hockey Guy. There's spaces to this one, there's spaces to this one. It is Drew Hockey Guy. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. We're almost getting there, about 40 subscribers away. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. And that's going to be for you guys, and Gouldz rules.